A very good evening. Thank you very much for choosing GH1 TV. Of course, a night where the Black Stars is expected to be in action with England. We're here to give you nothing than the best of news in preparation for the match. Well, tonight we'll come the length and breadth of the country. We'll bring you up to speed on all the political, the social, agricultural issues, and touch base with some sports stories as well. Before we do so, let's look at some of the top stories that we have for you this evening. Coming up in the next 60 minutes, family of the late Apostle Kojo Safo displeased with bail granted to Kojo Safo Jr. and other individuals identified as perpetrators involved in former Dom Kwabenya MP shooting incident. Danger. Also coming up in the bulletin tonight, Interior Ministry announces revocation of all existing firearm licenses nationwide with immediate effect as part of a sweeping overhaul of Ghana's firearms regulatory framework. But tonight we'll bring you more and in business scores of Ghanaians lament as PURC announces tariff hikes effective July 1 as they argue it will add to the financial burden on households and businesses.
I don't think it's a good call because I know some people who are not even able to pay the current water bill and light bill.
Yes, we'll bring you more tonight, and yes, go Ghana, go Ghana. The stakes are high as Ghana Black Stars face the Three Lions of England later tonight in their Group L fixture. Well, some Ghanaians have been sharing their expectations ahead of the crucial encounter.
Betting win for our nation. Probably we will settle for a draw, probably maybe 2-2.
I can't wait for the goals and the live transmission on EIB network. But on international fronts, Niger pulls out of international criminal, describing it as neo-colonialist. So tonight we'll bring you more on the decision of Niger. My name is Kweku. Temeng. Thank you very much for choosing GH1 TV. Let's go straight to the stories for the evening. And here, brother of former member of parliament for Dom Kwabenya, Nana Kojo Safo Akafena, and 8 others have been charged over the shooting incident at Kwabenya, which led to the Sarah Adjoa Safo being hospitalized. Well, Akafena, together with the 8 others, have all pleaded not guilty to 5 counts of charges, including causing unlawful damage, and have been granted bail by the Adenta Circuit Court. Well, each of the accused was granted bail to the sum of 500,000 Ghana cedis only, with 2 sureties to be justified. Well, the case has been adjourned to June 30, 2026.
Adwa ontaya kufra na sesa bini nuaba no na okoni nuaba mafia esesa yeboni.
Right, so a foster daughter of the late Apostle Kojo Safo of the Christo Asafo Mission, Nana Poma Inshira, has indicated that the family is displeased with the bail granted to the individuals identified as perpetrators involved in the Adjoa Safo shooting incident. Well, according to her, granting the suspect's bail puts the lives of all persons associated with Adjoa Safo and herself in danger, as the suspects could use different means to achieve their intended purpose that led them to shoot the former MP. Well, she therefore impressed upon the Inspector General of Police and the government to ensure justice prevails.
Adwa ontaya kufra na sesa bini nuaba no na okoni nuaba mafia esesa yeboni tu ana ɛsɛ sɛ yɛhwehwɛ sɛ ɔbɛwu anaa nti mɛsrɛ sɛ bɛn na yɛde ama wɔn no mpanyinfoɔ nhwɛ ne yie na wɔn mfa yie to yie na wɔn ma pɛpɛɛpɛ yɛ ne nɔkorɛ ɛnyɛ adwuma na Ghana ɛyɛ ayɛ bebree dodo ayɛ nɔkorɛdie no edu baabi a na ɛho asɛm ka ɛyɛ ayɛ den mpanyinfoɔ monhwɛ sɛ nɔkorɛ bɛyɛ adwuma da bia yɛne nanahema nenam ɛse mpanyinfoɔ ayie enti sɛ moma mo bela na yɛn so kyɛ sɛ yɛ life ɛda danger yɛbɛsrɛ mpanyinfoɔ yɛnsa da yɛnsa yam moma pɛpɛɛpɛ ɛnyɛ adwuma momu atɛntenene sɛ woawo so ho hina sabe wahenkyɛ ɛfiri tɔ badwam.
Well, let's move on to other stories. And here, the High Court in Accra has dismissed an application for stay of proceedings filed by the Office of the Special Prosecutor seeking to halt the trial of Charles Bisu and 2 others pending the Supreme Court's decision on the OSP's prosecutorial mandate. Well, the court said the trial would proceed with the undercover investigator from Tiger IPI continuing his testimony while awaiting the Supreme Court's decision on the prosecutorial mandate of the OSP. Well, the OSP had argued that following recent developments, including a High Court ruling that the Attorney General should take over all pending OSP cases, this case, like other cases under prosecution, should be paused. Well, the OSP has so far filed an appeal against the ruling. It has also filed a certiorari application at the Supreme Court to have the ruling quashed. And Noah Adamte writ challenging its prosecutorial mandate at the Apex Court with judgment fixed for July 29. Well, lawyers of the accused person opposed the application for stay and argued that the court to proceed with the trial. Benjamin Ejabin, an undercover investigator with Tiger IPI and a member of the team that conducted the Galamsey fraud investigation, is testifying in camera before the court. My colleague Mutala Enusa joins me at this moment. He's our legal affairs correspondent. He joins me to speak to issues surrounding the OSP and other matters. So, well, Mutala, thank you very much for your time. So, yes, court's been busy today. How did the court arrive at the decision?
Well, Kweku, so this was the position of the court yesterday when the OSP sought the court to for a stay of proceedings, essentially asking the court to put this particular trial on hold because there are some development before the Supreme Court for the Supreme Court to decide sometime July 29. The court was of the view that currently there's no express order from the court above directing the court below to halt trial or to call cases that has to do with the Office of the Special Prosecutor. So for the High Court, especially with the case of Charles Bisu, the court was going to proceed today, and the prosecution's first witness is to come into the witness box to testify. Remember, this is somebody who is with Anas Arimia or Anas Tiger IPI as part of his undercover investigations, came out with the guarantee economy and all of that. And when the matter was called today, the expectation was that the OSP will put their witness in the box and then continue testify by way of having the evidence in chief adopted by the court. But when the case was called, the OSP prosecutors indicated to the court that their witness is indisposed, their witness is unwell, and so they are seeking for an adjournment so that by the time the court will sit again, sometime July 6th, the witness would have been back, will be well, to present himself to the court to come and give evidence. So it was on the basis of this that the OSP, as it were, came to court asking for an adjournment Somebody will ask, is that all the witnesses that they will be calling? There's one more witness that they have indicated that they will be calling, but they did not, that particular witness was not present in court. But accused persons were on the view that if a witness is supposed to appear before the court and that witness is unwell, they have to show proof by way of medical report to show that this accused person is somebody who is not well, and so this is the medical report justifying saying that did not come to the court. And so the accused persons and the defense counsels were not happy with that. But essentially, once the OSP doesn't have a witness in the court is only have to adjourn the matter July 6th for continuation.
All right, Mutala, we're grateful for your time tonight. We're grateful for your time as and when we have more issues from the court. Mutala Inusa will be joining up. Up next is Insight. Well, on Inside tonight, the Ministry of Interior has announced the revocation of all existing firearm licenses nationwide effective Tuesday, June 23, 2026, as part of a sweeping overhaul of Ghana's firearm regulatory framework. Well, under the new regime, all firearm holders will be required to reapply for their license and undergo a more rigorous vetting process aimed at strengthening gun control and enhancing public safety. While addressing a press briefing here in Accra, the Minister for Interior, Muntaka Mohammed Mubarak, said the reforms were necessary to address weaknesses in the current licensing system and curb the misuse of illegally acquired firearms.
As of government's efforts to tighten firearms regulation, the Ministry of the Interior has announced plans to destroy more than 2,000 firearms that have either been voluntarily surrendered or seized under the National Gun Amnesty Program. The announcement comes days after the ministry suspended the operating license of Kantanka Security Services Limited following a shooting incident at Kwabenya that left former Member of Parliament for the area, Sarah Joasafo, injured.
Private security organizations are prohibited from possessing or using firearms in accordance with Regulation 13 of LI 1571. What we've noticed is that people come forward to register private security organizations. We grant them the permission, then they take individuals within their organization to register firearms as though they are using it for self-protection. Then they ended up using them for the organization. No private security organization is allowed to operate with firearms.
The minister also announced the immediate suspension of all registered firearm licenses in the country as part of a sweeping reset of the country's weapons ownership and control system. According to the minister, the new licensing requirements will include mandatory mental health assessments, drug screening, and structured firearms training for all applicants before licenses are granted.
We've seen that people with mental health had already gone through and have the sidearm. Now we are introducing mental health. Before we give you the sidearm, we have to be sure that you have the mental stability to hold the firearms. We also realize that people who are on drugs are also holding the arms, and they are legitimate because it's been registered. Now you have to go through drug tests to be sure that you are not on drugs before you can hold sidearms. And lastly, many of us have the guns, we don't even know how to use it. And sometimes accidentally in the house, we've seen those incidents where innocent persons are either injured or even killed. Not because it's deliberate, because the person who is handling these guns himself is not trained, but he has the license.
The Interior Ministry says it will publicly destroy all seized weapons on July 9, marking the conclusion of the country's gun amnesty program.
So allow me to stay on the subject some more. Joining us via Zoom for a broader discussion on the subject matter is the Executive Secretary of the National Commission on Small Arms and Light Weapons, Dr. Adam Bona. Thank you very much for joining us this evening, Dr. Adam Bona. Does this mean the gun amnesty window has been closed?
Yes, good evening. Good evening to your viewers. Yes, the gun amnesty window has been closed finally. Or you want to say finally, it's been closed.
All right, share with us. Now, some have raised concerns. I mean, people genuinely went through the process of registering their weapons. Now, they have raised concerns about the decision to revoke these licenses of all gun holders. I mean, share with us, why such a tough decision?
Well, I believe the minister, your reporter was there. I was there to support my minister. Yes, your reporter and other reporters were there. Yes, the minister highlighted why. And the why stems from the fact that you are people who probably are not too suitable to own a firearm, and they have them. If the person, before today, the ownership of firearm didn't involve these 3 new additional steps that have been added. And remember that ownership of firearm in this country by law is a privilege. It's not a right. It's a privilege. Let me re-emphasize. It is a privilege. It is not a right. And anything that is a privilege, it can always be taken away easily. Just can be taken away from you, just like you drive. One morning you could get up and your driver's license have been withdrawn because it's a privilege to go on the road. Just like a weapon. Weapons are even more dangerous. And so the minister highlighted 3 things. The first one has to do with ensuring that you are mentally sound to own a weapon. You have a lot of, and he highlighted why. Because from our analysis, okay, you would understand that a lot of suicide that is occurring in this country are now by the use of licensed firearms. And so why should the state license a weapon and give it to you? And you end up using the weapon to kill yourself or kill somebody or kill people. Kill people and kill yourself maybe, or kill yourself. I think that would not be too good on the part of the state. And so this is a new measure that will be added to the already existing measures. Right. And so the second one has to do with ensuring that you are someone whose blood, who is clean. You don't take any medicine, any substance, any cocaine, any weed or intampi. If any of that, red or whatever they call it, red or any of those bad substances, if any of it is found in your blood, all right, you would not be given a weapon. The third one has to do with ensuring that you know how to use a weapon, the proper use, storage, and discharge of the weapon. If you will be taken through all this. And so, yes, these are the 3 new layers that have been added, as highlighted by the Honorable Minister.
All right, so Dr. Bona, in clear language, you are saying that these new measures that have been added were not in the previous one. I mean, previously...
No, they were not. No, they were not. They were not. Okay. They were not mandatory. No, they were not.
Okay, and then share with me. I mean, yes, it has come sudden. Where weapon I have gone through the process, and now it has been, totally taken off. I need to come and go through re-registration. Is this going to be at a fee? And I'm asking because a lot of us who would want to come through the process would just want to know.
No, the minister highlighted that again. No, it is not. The re-evaluation and reissuance after you've gone through the process will not attract any fee, because when you are given a weapon, if a weapon is licensed to you, it is for till the end of the year. So assuming you were issued a license in June, the license would expire in December. Or by the 31st of December, your license would expire. And so it begins from January to the end of the year. So anytime you register, it will still end by the 31st of December. And so that 3 evaluations that you must go through. You have to go and see, someone for you to be mentally evaluated and be issued a certificate of assault. Of course, you will have to pay a bit, something minimal, Minister mentioned. Secondly, for a drug test, you have to pay something minimal. And to go through the other process of satisfying ourselves that you can handle a weapon, you can do A, B, C, D. Yes, you will have to pay something very minimal. But apart from that, whatever you paid for your weapon to be licensed to you, that remains. You don't pay again. The other ones that are added, you are going to pay something very minimal.
All right.
But again, let me emphasize that there is a 3 months, a 90-day window or 3 months window that has been open for all these processes to have commenced and ended. If after the 90-day window is closed, if you have not done this, then you would have to be asked to bring the weapon. If you don't bring it, we already know you because this weapon has been licensed and given to you. We will arrest you together with the weapon, confiscate the weapon, and prosecute you. And just like we are prosecuting the Kantanka group, we'll prosecute you as well, just same way.
Wow. So, Dr. Bona, you know them because their name is in your data. So if you don't come forward voluntarily, it would end up in you prosecuting them because you know they have
we
the
will look for
weapons.
you. If you don't go through this process, that has been highlighted. And let me emphasize, gun ownership is not a right in Ghana. We are not America. Gun ownership is not, let's not deceive ourselves. Gun ownership in Ghana is not a right, it's a privilege. And anything that is a privilege, it can always be taken away from you. And so, but this is not being, the state is not taking it away from you. The state is making it safe for you to have that weapon. If
Dr.
you refuse, then we will resort and prosecute you.
I'm grateful, Dr. Bona, for all the points that you've made. And, well, it's a caution to everybody who wields a gun which is licensed. If you don't go, they will find you, they will prosecute you. Yes, Insight will end at this moment. When we come back, we'll bring you more news. All right, so we're grateful. Thank you very much for keeping faith with us. Remember, EIB Network will be carrying the Black Stars match live throughout, and we'll be bringing you all the updates very shortly. But let's take some more local stories as the National Concerned Small-Scale Miners Association Ghana has renewed its fight against illegal mining activities, destroying 80 Shamfang platforms operating on the River Ofin in the Itrimamponua district of the Ashanti region. Well, the association says illegal mining activities along the river pose a major threat to water security and the environment, and has vowed to support efforts to protect Ghana's water bodies. Our Ashanti regional correspondent Isaac Justice Bediako has more.
The anti-Galamsey operation by the National Concerned Small-Scale Miners Association Ghana began from the River Ofin at Adiemra near the bridge towards Yinahini and covered communities including Agogoso, Ntobronso, Enyinam, and Akumfre before ending at Ntobronso. During the exercise, the task force encountered several illegal miners actively operating on the River Ofin, which serve as an important water source for domestic agriculture and industrial activities in parts of Ashanti region, including Greater Kumasi. The miners, upon spotting the task force approaching on speedboats, abandoned their operations and fled into nearby areas, leaving behind their Chamfayan platforms. The task force subsequently set the platforms ablaze, destroying about 80 of them across 3 communities along the river. Speaking to the media, Director of Operations of the National Concerned Small-Scale Miners Association, Ghana, Philip Bauer, said the exercise was in response to growing concerns over the pollution and destruction of water bodies caused by illegal mining activities.
Based on the complaints from the general public about the river bodies destruction and among other things, which we as industry players view necessary to act on. So we are financing ourselves to protect our business interests and also to protect the river bodies to prevent disasters from occurring and pollution of the water bodies.
During the operation, the team also spotted excavators and other heavy-duty equipment operating close to the river banks, with mining waste being discharged directly into the water. The Director of Operations warns illegal miners to stop activities that are damaging water bodies and affecting the reputation of responsible small-scale miners.
We have destroyed about 80 Shamfang platforms mining in the river bodies. We have also observed that excavators, heavy-duty equipment, are mining very close to.
All right, so let's still stay on the environment. And here the Ayawaso North Municipal Assembly has commenced the planting of fruit trees across municipalities as part of efforts to mitigate the effects of climate change and promote environmental sustainability. Well, the exercise, which began at Accra Girls Senior High School and ended at the Mamobi General Hospital, brought together traditional leaders, assembly members, opinion leaders, and residents. Our reporter has more.
In a bid to combat climate change and improve the environment, the Ayawaso North Municipal Assembly has embarked on an ambitious tree planting exercise across the municipality. The event, which forms part of efforts to promote a greener and healthier environment, started at the Accra Girls Senior High School and ended at the Mamobi General Hospital. Addressing participants, the Municipal Chief Executive for Ayawaso North, Mohammed Awal, said the Assembly deliberately chose fruit for the exercise because they would not only help reduce the effects of climate change, but also improve economic and nutritional benefits to residents in the future.
In order to mitigate that climate change issues, we had to embark on an activity that will help mitigate that situation. We are not just planting any tree, but we are planting fruit trees that will bear fruits in the near future, that will aid people within the municipality have a good air to breathe. Aside that, we can also enjoy the fruits that are going to be generated by the trees.
On his part, the Municipal Director of Agriculture, Sydney Solmethel, disclosed that about 2,000 fruit trees are expected to be planted during the exercise.
Let their eyes be on the trees so planted. These are not ordinary trees. In fact, it is you and I, our taxpayers' money, that is used to purchase the seedlings and then to nurture it. So it is our responsibility to water it and to report any untoward action on the trees so that we'll come in and then take action. Once you are in need and you have space in your house, it is important that you get closer, contact the assembly, and then you provided with fruit trees of your choice. And then the agri department will equally help you to plant it and nurture it.
The event was attended by chiefs, assemblymen and women, opinion leaders and residents, all of whom pledged their support to ensure the success of the initiative.
We're grateful to Compu Ghana for making it possible now for us to bring you business.
Business Brief is brought to you by Compu Ghana, passion for technology.
So in business tonight, the Public Utilities Regulatory Commission, that's the PURC, has announced an increase in electricity and water tariffs effective July 1, 2026. While in a statement from PURC, electricity tariffs will rise by some 3.49%, while water tariffs will increase by 0.85% under the Commission's third quarter tariff review. Well, according to the PURC, the adjustment reflects changes in key factors, including the cedi-dollar exchange rate, inflation, generation mix, and natural gas cost, aimed at ensuring the financial sustainability of the utility providers. Well, the Commission says the review is part of efforts quarterly tariffs adjustment process to maintain reliable utility service delivery to consumers. So very shortly, we are bringing you views of Ghanaians. You can make your voice heard on our social media platform. But for now, our cameras were out and about, and our question was their views on the tariff increases.
I don't think it's a good call, because I know some people who are not even able to pay the current water bill and light bill, and they are increasing it. So I think if the government have the interest of the masses at heart, I think they should maybe introduce something like subsidy, maybe pay part of it and cover the payment. Like they say that there is increment in the exchange rate between dollar and cedi. That's why they are increasing the light and water bill. So I think the government should add a subsidy. Even if they are paying away, they should add more to it.
What I'm saying is that it's going to affect cost of living. And, a lot of people are going through hard times.
To me, I pass on it because illegal amount for a year, illegal, so illegal collection, more for illegal too much. So also too.
Yeah, to be yashi, Yesikanina, Yajumanina, Yesikanina, Yadicha like the water bill. And I did ya, Yanya Hukra, Wagana.
All is set for us to bring you the latest from our world of sports. All right, so tonight all eyes are on the big match, and Khadija Idi is on the streets of the national capital speaking to eager fans and gauging expectations ahead of the kickoff.
Against England, we are here on the streets of Accra to gauge how people are preparing, what their expectations are, and what they wish for Ghana. Let's go.
Ghana, there we don't want to score anyone. No, we are not competing with anyone. But when you get loose,
we can score you?
I can see the game will be good. Yeah, we are expecting win for our nation. I will predict for 1 goal. But England is not a small team. So we are predicting if Thomas Partey would play today, he will help us to play. Yeah.
For me, 2-1 Ghana, because Thomas Partey is in, he will help us with that team. And we have Semenyo. We have to play Semenyo on the wings and Inaki Williams. I don't know why the coach is not using him. Look at Inaki Williams at Bilbao. We all can see what he's doing. Even he scored Barcelona and took Spark Cup. But when it comes to Ghana, I don't know why the coach is not using it.
Not that much hope that Ghana might win the match, but probably we will settle for a draw. Probably maybe 2-2.
1-0, and Jordan will give assist for sure.
With the way we played the last time, if we play the same way today, we might lose. We should play defensive match so that we can play a draw today. We only need draw. We can win. The win there, we can win.
Everything will go well. Based on what I've seen previously, I would say a draw, but being a Ghanaian, I would say 2-1 against England.
We will win. That people, they are dangerous.
Say 1-0, say 2-1. The me here and say Ghana winning.
I will predict that Ghana will score 2 against 1. No, the England, by the grace of God, will score. So that at least either there to be 2-1 against the England. No. So Ghana is coming with a victory.
For tonight's game, I think England is slightly ahead of Ghana, looking at the player that we have. But I believe that Ghana, our first game, we did not do well. But we usually lift our game after the first game. So I'm also believing that the coach is going to work on the players and put up a team that can be able to beat England so that we can qualify for the next stage.
Ghana will call more than 1-0.
All right, so ahead of the highly anticipated showdown between Ghana and England, the Municipal Chief Executive of Ayawaso East and Ayawaso North have expressed their support for the Black Stars, wishing the national team success and confidence as they prepare to face the Three Lions. Meanwhile, the Municipal Chief Executive for Ayawaso East, Abdul Ganiyu Ibrahim, has announced plans to set up a giant screen within the constituency to allow residents to gather and watch the match together.
It's match day for the Ghana Black Stars team. We are wishing them success, and we hope we are going to win England by 3-1. That is our prediction for today's match, and hopefully it's going to come to pass. It shall come to pass for sure.
We are winning this match today. I'm taking this opportunity to say a big congratulations to Ghana Black Star, because today they are winning 3-1 against the England team. I'm also taking this opportunity to invite all my family members, my people in Ayawaso East. We are bringing a giant scream at the Nima Chapter O. When you go to Nima Chapter O, the Ayawaso East is bringing a giant scream that we're going to put on there to watch the Ghana-England match. Ghana is winning. Black Star is winning. Thank you very much.
On behalf of the EIB network, we wish the Ghana Black Stars the very best, and all our networks will be transmitting the match and be bringing you live updates on the match. You can also join us on our social media platforms and make your voice heard. For now, we take international news. On the international front tonight, Niger has officially requested to withdraw from the International Criminal Court 9 months after announcing its intention to leave. Well, the ICC says the withdrawal will take effect 1 year after notification, and Niger must meet its obligation until then. Niger, alongside Mali and Burkina Faso, has described the court as an instrument of neo-colonial repression. Well, the three military-led Sahel nations have also exited ECOWAS and strengthened ties with Russia amid ongoing security challenges. On behalf of the entire production team tonight, I would want to say a big thank you for staying with us on the early version of the bulletin to make way for the Black Stars match. Just remember that if you want that outlet that brings you information, education, and everything you need to know about the World Cup is the EIB network. GH1, Star FM, and all our affiliate networks will be broadcasting live. Enjoy the rest of your evening. My name is Kweku Temeng.